Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how I chose my language school. I know some of you who are following me have already chosen and applied to a language school, but I believe that some of my followers here on YouTube are in this moment looking for a language school to apply to, or just in general searching for information about language schools and how to choose a language school. So I'm here to tell you how I chose my language school, what I took into consideration, and what I didn't really find as important when looking for a language school. I talk about how to choose a language school in another video about Japanese language schools, and I will link that up here, so be sure to check that out as well after this video. Okay, let's start today's video. Okay, before starting, I just want to point out that this is how I chose my language school after what I found important and after my own experiences. You might be looking at different things when choosing your language school, so just bear in mind that this is not a complete guide. This is just me telling you my experience and how I chose my language school. Now, I guess I should start by telling you which language school I went to. I started my 2-year language program in April of 2017 and enrolled in Fukuoka Foreign Language College, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, language school in Fukuoka. I found the school through Gogo Nihon, which I will talk a bit more about later, and I studied their 2-year Japanese program and started around N3 and managed to pass N1 right before graduating and enrolling in my Japanese university. I also want to say that I personally recommend my school so much. I had a really great experience there. If you have any questions specifically about FFLC, make sure to leave a comment or send me a message on Instagram. So the biggest factor for me when choosing my language school was the location, the level of studying, and the general image of the school. I knew that I did not want to live in the biggest cities in Japan, so like Tokyo, Yokohama, and Osaka, and I wanted to study in a school with a high study pace so that I wouldn't waste my time, and also be in a school with a large demographic so I would be able to meet people from all over the world as well. I also wanted to go to a school where the environment seemed very open and friendly. I did not take the tuition fee into too much consideration since most of the schools I was looking at cost about the same for a 2-year program. Now, one of the main reasons why I chose Fukuoka as my study location was because I had earlier, as an exchange student, lived in Kumamoto for 10 months and I had visited Fukuoka a few times. Most of my Japanese friends from my Japanese high school were, by the time I was moving to Fukuoka, living in either Kumamoto or Fukuoka, and I was also really curious to explore the city more. I also searched about different cities in Japan before choosing my language school and saw that the smaller cities in Japan had a generally lower living cost with bills, rent, and food, which also added on to my reasons to move to Fukuoka list. So I went on to Gogo Nihon, which I had been introduced to at an interest meeting in Sweden a couple of years earlier, and the only school they had in Fukuoka was Fukuoka Foreign Language College. I did look at other schools too to compare the study level, the tuition fee, the location, and what the school offered in terms of diplomas, and basically everything that is listed on the Gogo Nihon website. Of course, you don't have to go through Gogo Nihon when applying for your Japanese language school, but they do have a lot of useful information and they help you with the whole application process as well. When I was applying for my language school, they definitely did not have as many language schools on their website as they do now, but I remember applying to ARC Academy Kyoto and Hokkaido Japanese Language Academy as well. And maybe some others too. I still kind of knew from the start that I wanted to go to FFLC though. I tried to find information from former students about the different schools I was interested in, but it was really hard to find any useful information even though I scanned through the whole internet, reading blogs and different websites to try to find information. I looked for student testimonials, pictures, anything that could give me a better image of what the school was like. By now, I think most language schools have at least a few promotional videos on YouTube, and FFLC definitely has a lot of them, in which I appear in a few, so look out for there. But I think it's still hard to find the voices from former students to know what their experience at the school actually was. Anyway, at the time when I was searching for a language school, I did find some promotional videos for Fukuoka Foreign Language College, and I completely scanned them. I was just watching them over and over again, trying to pick up as many impressions as I could about what the teachers looked like, what the classrooms were like, and how the students seemed to be like as well. I guess these videos are pretty similar for any school, but there was something about the vibe and familiar feeling that I really liked about this school. So after having done some research on my own, I contacted Gogo Nihon, and together with my contact person, we went through the schools that I was interested in, and I got to ask all the questions I had about the different schools. By this time, I was already quite set on what school I wanted to go though, so most of the questions were about FFLC. I actually remember my contact person saying that Fukuoka was her personal favorite city in Japan, which definitely made me even more excited to move there. And from there on, there was no turning back. And that is how I chose my Japanese language school. Now, I want to know who here is applying for a language school or is looking for a language school at the moment. Please let me know in the comments where you're going and what made you choose that language school. And if you're still looking for a language school, please let me know what's the most important thing you're looking for when you're searching for a language school. I hope this video was helpful for you who are looking for a Japanese language school at the moment, or for anyone who is considering enrolling in one in the future. On my channel, I make videos about Japanese language schools, Japanese universities, and what it's like living as a student in Japan. So if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and also go over and follow me on Instagram, where you can see daily life updates of my life in Japan. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!